Alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. It's your brother Mufasa Mujadid Al Hama, bringing to you an announcement. And real quick, I am announcing to you that things have been established. As you know, I've been talking about black independence, and I've been, talking to certain people and dialoguing with certain people and things of this nature. So, here's what it is. We have our own Facebook site. If you go to nationtime.org, it's our own Facebook. It's a place where you can also sell your products or anything of that nature. Also, you can claim a stock in it. And also, it is part of the Al Umma movement of migrating to Highland Park in Detroit. The UN has recognized and understanding that that there's independence going on, and that Al Umma is independent. And so this is one of the many places that have been formed and is in need of people to migrate there, so we can have our own black independence. Another place, and this is composed of all type of Muslims, whether who are of African or Aborigine descent, African and Aborigine descent, black native descent, who are for black liberation. Al Umma, other people can migrate to, but Al Umma is for black independence. So it doesn't matter if you're Ahlul Sunnah wa Jama'ah, Sufi, Sunni, Shia, whatever the titles are out there. If you're conscious, if you're tired of the oppression and stuff, there is a migration. So you can go to Al Umma, you look Al Umma up. If you can't reach it through there, go to nationtime.org. You will see all the stuff there. Go in there into the website, file, sign in, and start, doing your things and building with the brothers and sisters. The other thing, if you are a person who is of the Shia persuasion, a Shia school, I should say, and I hate when this camera makes my teeth just look just nasty. Let me get back to the topic. I hate that, but y'all be seeing some. I'll be seeing that they be white. But anyhow, if you're a person of the Shia persuasion. By the way, that the Al Umma is headed by the president, Yusuf Ramzu. However, if you're a Shia persuasion, next to the brother Ramzu, and they will be they work together, but next to the brother Ramzu, in another area of Detroit, is the brother Musa Shahid, and he is also building in a different manner. It didn't come through the UN, but in a different manner, he is building an autonomous community of black Shias, or Aborigine Shias, African Shias, however you want to say it. So we got those two things jumping off. Thirdly, if you want to get with the brother who's part of the RBG Hebrews, Divine Prospect, he has brung out about the United Nations recognizing basically the Holocaust of African/Aborigine people, and they have given us certain aid and rights and recognitions and protocols to financially establish ourselves. So what I'm going to say this to you is this: never ever look at these things as a as the ultimate goal to achieve, but use them as as one of the means to gain independence. Other nations in the world have done it. They use UN protocols. They do use UN resolutions and play chess on the political world map. So, this is an announcement. the various different sectors. We finally have done it. We finally have established it. We talked about it. We put into the work. Some of us behind the scenes, some of us in front, some of us on the internet, some of us off the internet, some of us doing both. It's time for us to coalesce and get this started. The general thing when it comes from the UN, you can have a name and you have people, I'm going to give you the science, and some people may not want to be exposed, but I believe this is for everybody of our people, and no one should be hogging this. Basically what you do is, in the areas that you are or in the area that you're not. Oh, and many of you can also reach out and connect with the Gullah Geechee in South Carolina, who are their own independents too, because the enemy is trying to take their lands. And if any of you out there are Gullah Geechees and your descent, and you find out your descent, you need to go back there and you need to take the land back. It's one of the oldest place here in this country, or one of the oldest places in this country, who has African land, who has land and property and run it. And it's being took slowly and slowly because the land is not being used. Some parts of the land are not being used because people who leave there and they're looking at this new Hollywood style of life and they're thinking they're going to get something better off that land. No, you need to go back there and you need to hold on to the land which we fought for as a people. Okay. Also, there's Chief Langley of the Hitchiti tribes of the Black Native, or he's a Black Native and he can get you into your Black Native ancestry. And there's other groups that have been doing things, and that's more of a, Chief Langley's more on the root of knowing your genealogy and tracing it back, your immediate family, your grandparents, your great-great-grandparents, your grandparents, to maybe the tribes you're part of and the land. So if you type in Chief Langley, he can also help you. Now, general protocol dealing with the UN is this. If you go under the UN, they chose a name for us, like the brother Divine Prospect said, and they called us, though you can't go in there as African Americans or under what they've established for us. You got to go under there as African descent. If you type in African descent, then they've established stuff for that name, under that name. But if you want to go as your own name, you file through a different means, okay, as self-determination, which people have been doing, right? But this other thing is something new. They chose a name African descent, and then they brought forward some type of protocols, right, or resolutions for us under that title. So there's that. And what you do is basically you come under that and, look for the resolutions under that and then proceed. You can even invent your own group's name under that, like whatever name you want, and then / African descent, and then, ask for some type of rights, or not ask for some type of rights, that's the wrong word, but call them to point with the resolutions that they've established, right? Other than that, we have, if you want to go about it a different way, you establish your own name. You get people to sign up, get signatures, right? You go there with your name to the UN, right? And when you go there with your name to the UN, you tell them this is the amount, this is the name of your people, and this is what you're filing up under, and you have a right to self-determination, and then they give you recognition as a right to self-determination. Then you must build a body politic, which you should do it beforehand, but if not, fine. Build a body politic, which is you got to get all them people that signed up in the same area, whether it be a website, whether it be a community area, and become your own entity of commerce between each other. And once you do that, then what ends up happening is you're recognized as an actual community, as in functionary form. Now, once you do that, you're able to flex your political muscles. And when you're able to flex your political muscles, then you're able to whichever direction you want to go. You know, you want to influence the politics of in the country that you're in, and you can start buying politicians off because of your votes or whatever. I myself am for black independence. I don't believe in using it for that route because I don't think it works. I believe at the top they control it. They put the limits as far as which way you're gonna go, right? But if you guys still trying to go to that route, then that's what you'll do with that. You'll find out. You know, it hasn't been working, right? Or you can flex your body politics on the international level and start to, you know, reach out to other countries and other leaders and, you know, dialogue with them and do trade and commerce, or have them send you some type of, you know, goods. And once you get a certain percentage up, you can send them a percentage back. So this is nation building. This is politics. Okay? And so black independence and black liberation. Right? So until then, next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Take advantage of your enemies. Take advantage of your enemies. Black power.